Well, sorry guys, running late. I had technical issues for some reason. I had no sound, and then I had no video. I unplugged my cam link, plugged it back in, and I had no video or any sound. So hopefully it's all squared away and stuff. I see somebody has made it. Somebody waited. Thank you, sir, whoever you are. Uh, let's get the chat popped out into this other screen. And Jane Cobb, what a great name. All right, so apparently some folks are showing up. We are live, Javier. As I was saying, for those of you who just now popped in, hello, sir. I went to start, and the little green light showing like audio was showing nothing. So I plugged in an external mic. I'm running a GoPro Hero Black 10, and it has the media mod. So I was going to try just the external mic that's built into the mod, and I had nothing. So I plugged in my Rode mic, and I still had nothing. So I unplugged the whole cam link, plugged it back in, and then I had no audio and no video. So then I had to restart the computer, and it picked up the cam link, and then I had shit. So, well, it's on now. I know doesn't seem super bright, but it's because there's a giant fucking ring light shining right on it. So, sorry, Adam. All right. So, last week, more technical difficulties last week. So last week, Zach was on. We were talking about stuff, and my laptop sits right over here, and little pop-up popped up. What the fuck is that? So I just try not to pay attention. I just click on the little X in the corner, the close, and it says restarting now. What? So it restarts, and when it starts back up, little thing pops up in the middle with the saying update downloading, estimated time 13 minutes. So I don't know what the little pop-up was and why clicking the X would launch it, but it launched my computer to shut down and install a Windows update. So we cut the live stream short. Hello, sir, Mr. Wexler. And that was last week's technical issue. I didn't even touch my fucking laptop until an hour ago since then. And got it turned up on Restream and all that shit. All right, it's going to work great. And didn't work then either. Opinion on weapon-mounted night vision. So Knight's Armament makes one that clips on in front of an optic. It's nice. I like it. It's, I don't know, fucking $6,000. But it's nice. Eli, with the very astute observation, it's expensive. All right, so what do we got going on? Anything good out there? PVS 30 on a bolt gun? Yes, yes, indeed. The only bolt gun I have at the house. Well, let me think. I guess there are 3 bolt guns at the house, and I couldn't mount it on any of them. The gun doesn't have somewhere to mount to. All right, let's see. Oh, got this today. That's right, my Principality of Sealand card, my official ID card for Sir Garrison, came in the mail. Woohoo! How dare they text me during a live chat? It was actually an email for somebody that signed up for a class. So I guess I should turn the live chat off and go send them the welcome email, but they'll probably wait. They got the confirmation from Shopify, but that's right, baby. Dual citizenship. I am knighted as a protector of the realm for the Principality of Sealand. That wasn't even on my list of shit to talk about. I do have shit to talk about. So we're talking about optics. I was telling some of my pals that I have 2 Holosun pistol optics. On my M&P 2.19, I have a 407K, which is just like a 6MOA dot. And on my Gen 5 Glock 19, I have a 507C Vulcan. And the Vulcan has the chevron with the giant circle that, you know, shows up. And I'm not happy with the Vulcan at all. And I might have one that's just fucking broken. That, like, you know, being shipped from Houston to here broke. But I figured I have a Sharpie here. So earlier I drew down with my eye that has the better vision and no astigmatism recordable. This is what the reticle looks like for the chevron. And then in this eye, where I have the smallest astigmatism that you can correct, it looks like this. So I wanted to get on video so that I can show them. That's what my chevron looks like in my Vulcan with my right eyeball, and that with my left. So I want to look at somebody else's before I just totally poo-poo it. But I wish it just had a dot in the middle, because the dot in the 407 is just a dot. With the non-astigmatism or super slight astigmatism, it's still just a dot. So it might be broke. But if so, it'd be the first optic I think I've ever bought that was fucked up out of the box. I mean, ever. I don't even think I bought like a fucking Barska for a 22 or something that was fucked up out of the box. Oh, John is here. We may begin. So that was my Primary Arms optic update. We'll see how it goes. If the next Vulcan I see is that fucked up, I'm just writing the whole Vulcan thing off. If not, I'll send it back. I also noticed today, I got an email from Palmetto State Armory that there is now a, what's their pistol called? The Dagger, with a plate, like an MOS style plate on it. So I have a Dagger here that's had a couple hundred rounds fired through it, and it runs fine so far. Just boring, you know, a couple hundred rounds. You can't really say much from that, but it runs fine. But I can't put an optic on it, so there's that. And that Dagger, it's going to get a video, but it's not going to get a video until I've shot a few hundred more rounds out of it. We're going to do a video on it, so it'll be a little used, and I might throw it in the mud and shit like that. But when it's all done, talking to the person who originally acquired the Dagger before I got my hands on it, we may turn that into some type of prize for something. We just got to figure out the details. So there's that. So far, no, the trigger pin hasn't moved. I wish I'd have brought it up here. It's downstairs in my office, but it still actually looks brand new. But again, we're at maybe like 200 rounds. I've actually fired more rounds out of the SDS Imports 9mm GI style 1911, because I had fired a 1911 in a while and I had more fun with that. It's going to get a video too, but when I got that gun, it already had a few hundred rounds fired through it. So like if it needed some break-in, it already had it. The Dagger did not, so I thought I would focus more on like the testing side of the Dagger, but eventually I'll get one on the 1911 too. Damn. That's 100 rounds and the trigger pin fell out. I would be a little miffed. If in case you were wondering, you cannot put a UTM slide on a Dagger. Like, it is not compatible. It is not UTM compatible, because UTM Glocks require the UTM locking block and like the the pins and shape of the locking block. It's proprietary in the dagger, so you can't convert it. And so when I slid it on to make sure it would like physically fit, because it should, even without the locking block. And something doesn't line up so bad that I had to disassemble the slide and like take the back plate off and shoot out all the guts so that it would release the slide off the front. So don't stick a UTM slide on a PSA dagger. Definitive Training Solutions. Zach is here. Hello, sir. Oh, so John says that there was a batch that had a pin issue and they rectified it. So I see. So mine shouldn't have a problem then. It is pretty new. But yeah, so far the dagger has been working just fine, and I see they have one with the mounting plate. Also, I talked to Dave Biggers at SDS Imports, and they have the Turkish thing that's like runs off like SIG 226 mags, but it's polymer, and like their very first generation had like a slide mounted thumb safety that like a Beretta and shit, but the new one does not. It's like your typical Striker Fire double stack, runs off SIG 226 mags, so it's like 18 rounds out of the box. And they have one with a plate, without a plate, and with the threaded barrel and out of threaded barrel, and they're dirt cheap. So I said, hey man, if you'd like to send me one, and we'll see what it does and put it through a test, and I'll make a video on it and shit. So he seemed open to the idea. So hopefully, I don't even know what the hell it's called. Whatever the SDS polymer gun is. Hopefully we'll have one of those too. I have a whole bunch of pistols to shoot. And it's like 7 fucking degrees outside. The last place I want to be to go shooting. But hopefully I'll get my hands on one of them to try out too. Speaking of Biggers, he and I are going to Del Rio in February. He's going to do the Red Zone, and I'm going to do the Gunfight Diagnostics, which is Force on Force, back to back. And if you've taken the Red Zone before, because I know in Del Rio he's taught that there before, you can run it with a pistol caliber carbine instead of just the pistol. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And it's not like he's against you running like a rifle caliber, but he's got a bunch of props, like 3-dimensional shoot targets that aren't rifle rated. So you can't really just blast fucking 7.62 through his pistol rated 3-dimensional peoples. But it's happening in February in Del Rio. His class is Thursday, Friday, mine Saturday, Sunday. And I'd like to tell you that I have the link handy, and maybe, just maybe I do. Let me see if I got, can I copy that from there? If I right click, copy. We're going to try this and see if it works. Bam! It worked. So they have, like, Restream has this little, if I type an exclamation point and then a code, I could set it up earlier so that it would then throw up whatever text I want. So I did it with links, and pow, link to the Del Rio classes. Yes. True, Crystal is here. She can do her job finally. Tell you, that woman running a little behind there, Missy. So yeah, the Del Rio thing is happening. It'll be cool. If you're in Texas, you should come. I'm going to northern Texas in the fall, so this will be probably the only time I'll be in Del Rio in 2022. Speaking of tech savvy, I also found out about 20 minutes ago that I can live stream on Twitter. I didn't know Twitter had live streams, and I don't even use my fucking Twitter much. I usually just copy pictures from Instagram to the Twitter. But so I signed up for it, but I already had this one scheduled, so it's not. I don't think it's on Twitter as well. But I also found out that I could live stream on LinkedIn, and so I went, and it said that I wasn't allowed to because I don't have enough followers, and it said you got to have 150 people following your page. I think I have like 45 following the Travis Dynamics page. So if any of you are out there and would like to be so gracious as to give me a follow on Travis Dynamics, a follow on LinkedIn. Once I hit 150, I can apply to live stream there while I'm live streaming here and on, because you're either watching on Facebook or YouTube, but I can do Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn all at the same time. And I just put a link up for the LinkedIn. So, how about that? And I'm all kinds of linked in. That's not at all what I meant. But it would be great if you could go over there and just click follow so that I could get enough followers to live stream on it. I have to admit, I don't really use the LinkedIn thing much, so it's not a big loss. I don't know shit about Twitch, but I think I can live stream there at the same time. I don't have an account. I thought that was for like video gamers, so that they could like do, like you could watch the video game and like their head would be in the corner and be them playing Fortcraft or Mine Knight or whatever it is. I thought that's what Twitch was for. I probably should look at it somewhat, but I'm terrible at that kind of thing. Fucking terrible at it. Good deal, Colt. You should definitely come to Oh, yeah, all right. I looked over there and the quote, anyhow, there's chats running on both windows. But yes, Colt, you should try to make it. Oh, yeah, isn't that dude from Dragon Force do Twitch? Like the Asian dude. I don't know what his name is. All right, I can stream anything I want, like clown porn. Clown porn, okay? I don't think that's okay. Certainly not okay. Anyhow, I will look at Twitch. I'm putting it on my list. Is it Twitch? Yeah. Is that different than Discord? I see heard that mentioned as well. Yes, Colt, that's the dude. Oh, that's there. Talked to the fellow at Big Iron Cerakoting, who I usually get to do my lasering stuff, and they are going to bring a bunch of Cerakoted shit to the muster in August. So we have another additional vendor / sponsor at the muster, Big Iron Cerakoting. That will be pretty cool. He does a bunch of cool looking shit, so that'd be awesome to see that. Oh, are we frozen? Apparently, this is how we fix it. We'll see. Any sound now? Hey, can you guys hear me now? Strangely enough, the input from the cam link is not working, but this is the audio like from my laptop. Just bullshit. Like, stay calm. I don't know how good the sound is, but it is from that little tiny microphone on my laptop over to the right. All right, so I guess we'll go. We got sound, we got video. We'll keep trying this. So for those of you who have been following the recent trend of people going to get on that other new social media thing, and I believe it's pronounced Getter, I guess. I'm on it too. If it takes off, I'll use it a bunch. If you're on it, there's the link. Go ahead and like link up, not LinkedIn. That's the different one. But we'll see, if that's cooler than the other ones that don't let you like have pictures of guns while you live stream and shit. I don't even know if Getter has live streams. So I can't promise that those will be happening over there. But if you notice today, I have like UTM slides behind me because I can't put a whole UTM gun like in a live stream on YouTube, or YouTube will give you a channel strike. And I'd like not to have one of those. I've never had one of those. I think I fly below the radar, but at least there's nothing gun shaped in it. So even if you guys report it, I don't think that they'll give me a strike for just having an upper. But if this Getter thing is cool, we're there. Thank you for following on the LinkedIn, Mr. Wexler. You are all right. Not that there's much there, but every little bit helps so that someday I can live stream on that. What else going on? Oh, the picture of Bob Pete over there. For the thumbnail for tonight's live stream is the class thumbnail for the new Smash Mouth pistol, which will be half a class of Force on Force in the afternoon. In the morning will be half a class of live fire, and it'll be a lot of retention, and like people will be getting hit and hitting other people. There will be some full contact between folks in the class, along with the shooting of other people with the UTM guns. So there will be some cool shit. Oh, we're fucking frozen again. You know what'll happen if I refresh this to try and get it? We're gonna try it. I have sound. I have video. Maybe that just worked. All right, we're just gonna keep rolling in. So yeah, it should be a pretty cool class. Couple hundred rounds of pistol ammo, and then I'll provide you with a couple hundred rounds of UTM ammo so that we can have a pretty kick-ass class. The reason it's a little bit higher price for a one-day class is you're buying a bunch of UTM ammo with that tuition as well. So it is what it is there. There's nothing we can do to keep that price that low. Smash Mouth pistol. Stole that name from Jay Gibson. And Jay doesn't even know that I stole the name. He doesn't even know that it was his for me to steal. Because I always said that if Jay ever retired and then on his own just taught a class here and there like you do when you're retired, it would be called Smash Mouth Pistol. And since he ain't retired and doing that, I decided I would just, do it myself or use the name myself. And I don't know what the hell he would teach in his own class, but just pointing that out. Anything new at SHOT Show? I haven't had my finger on the pulse so much. I was super disappointed with Smith & Wesson's new thing, whatever the fuck they're calling it. It's like a Shield Plus frame with like a 1911 style cocked and locked top and the back. But Primary Arms is not even going to SHOT Show. I found that very interesting. So I'm not going either because it turns out I scheduled a Force on Force class, not even considering SHOT Show. And then I realized that class was the Saturday after SHOT Show ends. And it's a new venue with new role players and it's a new class curriculum. There is no way I would spend a week or 3 or 4 days in Vegas and fly home the day before the class started. Like I want to be here to get shit ready for the class. Some of my role players are coming in from other states. I got one coming in from Tennessee, one coming from Illinois. So I will need to be home to like gather them up and get the place set up for that class. So they kind of dicked me to go on the SHOT Show. So I'm not going, and I can't say I've heard anything. And there was something that I heard somewhere. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind checking that out. But fuck if I can remember what it is. I would not be surprised to see SHOT Show dwindle away to not much. It's super expensive. It's really like having a booth is very expensive. And I think when they canceled it before and people found out that like the companies found out, my son's like literally behind the wall screaming at something. So if you hear him, it's he's an idiot. But what was it? Oh yeah, companies are going to realize that they can spend that marketing money better somewhere else doing something else. And like I think at NRA show last year when they canceled it because of the Wuhan, reality was they didn't want people in there. They wanted a closed door meeting instead of an open meeting. But Primary Arms had a big like shindig happening around NRA, and they went and had it anyhow. And I think that Primary Arms probably got a better return on their investment for having their own shindig out near their headquarters than they would have from NRA show anyhow. Mind you, the NRA show was in their backyard, but they're not going to SHOT because I think maybe they discovered that they could spend their money better and get more from it by not going to a big trade show. Exactly. People announce all the shit in the couple of days leading up to SHOT, and then they don't like. There's nothing like no big reveal at SHOT. Sure, you might be able to get your hands on it and like play with it, but otherwise, not a big concern to go to it. The only reason I'd want to go is because I have a bunch of friends that are going that I don't get to see often, so I would have a chance to check them out. What do we got going on? I guess 2 more things on my list. I talked to the fella today who is I guess like the president of a new carry insurance company, Right to Bear Carry Insurance. Palmetto State Armory owns the company, and I talked to I guess he's the president. He runs it. We had a Zoom meeting today, and I'm a fan. Like their stuff looks pretty damn good. So I got you all a link if you're interested in checking them out, because straight up, if you sign up, I get a little kickback, but I signed up for it. And so I technically now have 3 carry insurances because I'm still running Second Call and USCCA. But let's see, I'll paste it here for you guys. If you're not satisfied with your current carry insurance, or you want the price to be lower or something like that, give them a look. I think they're pretty all right. And they're new. They're only like a little over a month old, but everything that Palmetto State does, like they go fucking full bore. They go deep every time. Yes, Scott, the pricing is better than USCCA. I don't know. There's like different levels. So I haven't compared everything, but at like the silver level, which is the one I signed up for, it's per year like $60 cheaper than USCCA. You don't get a magazine, but I have like the last 7 issues of the USCCA magazine, like concealed carry, I think it's called, that I haven't even opened yet. I put them in a magazine rack in my downstairs bathroom. So if I'm down there taking a dump, I will thumb through them, but I've been using the upstairs bathroom because, well, the weather's cold and the downstairs bathroom doesn't have a heater in it. So it's just whatever ambient heat leaks its way in there. And the upstairs bathroom has a heater in it. So I haven't really been looking at the magazines much. But yeah, it's got better coverage than Second Call, and the prices are better than USCCA. So it's worth taking a look. And I put my money where my mouth is. And they're doing a thing right now for the next week or something like that, or maybe less than a week. They're doing, if you get a silver, gold, or platinum plan, and I don't remember what the costs on those are, they'll send you a free lower. Like, you can't beat that. Well, I mean, you can beat that. It could be a whole gun, but they are sending you a lower. And like, I'll get like $10 out of it if you sign up for a year or something like that, or whatever. But it's appreciated if you do use the link, and if not, it's cool too. Without all the hybrid holster ads, they're still going to be on YouTube. Oh no, YouTube has the silent footsteps of a Navy SEAL or whatever, the one where it drops down your pants and you yank it up, whatever that one's called. That's still all over the YouTube fucking advertisements. Right to there. Perfect. Almost got my whole fucking list done, and it's only like 8:42, and I was like 10 minutes late and shit. The only other thing I wanted to mention on my list was that, and I don't know the reason I even thought about it, is I'm wearing my Victos Ruck Recovery flip-flops on my way up the steps here, and it reminded me that before, like in the middle of December, end of December, maybe right around Christmas Day or something, I didn't say the words, Scott. You did. Now that you type them out, that's all that Facebook and Google are going to show you for the next month. But I ordered a Victos jacket. It looks like a flannel, but it's like all the shell is wool. It's not like like flannel material. And it might be called like the gunfighter flannel. I don't know why it's a gunfighter flannel with like Wild Bill Hickok wore one or something. But I'd rather not talk about Crocs. But so I ordered the flannel, and it's like they had a big sale. It's like a $200, $210, something like that is what the jacket costs. And they had a big sale, so I got it for a bunch less. But when I got it, I put it on. The thing, it's heavy, and it's warm. Throw my hands in my pockets, and the left pocket, like the 2 pieces of material that get sewed together for the pocket, they had not sewn one of the 3 sides. And like you could just slide your hand all the way through it. So I get the pocket turned inside out, and it's not like there's any stitches that are broken. It's just that stitch got missed. So I took a picture, sent them an email, and I think I sent the email like Christmas morning. Like the next day or day after, they got back to me and said, hey, thanks for pointing out the thing. I'm sending you a replacement. Here is the tracking number, and you just go ahead and keep the old one. So I got a jacket for like half price or a little less, something like that. And then I got a second one for free. And I'm just going to take it down to the local stitch bitch and see if she can't fix that pocket. So that's pretty fucking good customer service. And like, I don't want to leave that in a review saying, hey, I got a product that was fucked up, but they did me right. Because that sounds kind of like a backhanded review. But I figured I'd tell all you guys that they did a good job and took care of me when they sent me a product that was not 100% perfect. Big fan of red dots on pistols, professional sights for EDC. So it depends on how big of a pistol we're talking. So, like, I've been carrying a SIG 365, the XL frame with the regular slide, and it's so small that it disappears. And I like it not having a red dot on it because it's small. If I was going to put another this much on the top, I'd probably want to put the regular frame back on and remove that much from the bottom to keep the footprint of that gun really tiny. But if you're talking, like regular gun size, which is probably still considered compact, because a Glock 19 is considered compact. At that point, I'd certainly be running, I'm cool with running the red dot. They have a lot of awesomeness about them. They're not the be all end all and will make shitty shooters shoot good. If you're a shitty shooter with a red dot, you're just going to be a shitty shooter with less money in your wallet. But if you're a good shooter, you can certainly wring out a little more out of your gun by running a red dot. That's my thoughts on the red dots. And I don't know about a big fan. I think they're good. Although, I have to admit, I'm just about out of red dots on rifles. Like, I'm just about at the point where I got no rifles left with red dots. Almost. But I got a brand new lower coming from Right to Bear Insurance, so I guess I have to build another rifle, and maybe I'll put a red dot on it, but most likely I'll put an etch reticle prism sight on that, because if I want to go with one power, that's the way to go. There is zero downside to a prism when compared to an RDS, an RDO, that is, because RDS is on a pistol, red dot optic on a rifle. Although it's the same words, but that's just how they're abbreviated. Anyway, moving on. I got nothing else on my list. I think I covered everything, even last week's technical issues, this week's technical issues. Jesus. So, Mr. Foreskin, ATEI is who did the slide milling on my M&P. Is good. Oh no, my M&P was done by Atlas Defense and for the RMS footprint. And no, they won't do it for you. It was a one and done, and I think they just decided an M&P, because there's the plunger in the way of where the red dot sits for that footprint, that after they did mine, fuck that, we're not doing it anymore. But ATEI still does for the MR or the RMS. But my other M&P was from ATEI, as were my first two Glock UTM guns. So I don't know if you guys can see this. See if it focuses. So that's the Glock, or the UTM rear sight. As you can see, it is not a dovetail. It is just, same with the front, machined into the slide. It is not removable. So I had ATEI cut those off, dovetail the back, and put the regular Glock hole slot in the front. So they do fucking great work. I think I have 3 guns that went to them. Not a 3-gun thing, but 3 separate pistols ATEI has done. And I would not hesitate to send anything to them. So if they actually do a thing with UTM slides, so you can mount an RMR on them, because there's like that big fucking hole in it. So they got to weld that up so that they can machine it for the bolts. And it is that's more than I'd be willing to do, especially now. UTM makes MOS slides, so I know like an MOS isn't as ideal as a slide machine specifically for an optic, but I would rather buy the UTM branded MOS slide and just use a plate for an RMR on it than have that welded up and then cut. Nope. Mike, I did not know that IWI even had an AR. And it's weird. IWI is here in Pennsylvania. And I did not know they made an AR. I'm more interested because while the Tavor is the most reliable bullpup, it is not anything I would ever like let people see me with in my hand, having one in my hands. In fact, I had an opportunity. Bill, who owns Ratworks Knives, brought a full auto Tavor to class and a case of free ammo, 2 cases of free ammo, and let people shoot it. And I would not shoot it full auto because I didn't. Everyone had cameras out, like their phones and shit. I didn't want any pictures of me with a Tavor, so that's how much I don't like them. Man, people seeing shit about these IWIARs. I didn't even know they existed. Man, I still don't have my finger on the pulse. Man, we're down to like 5 dudes. Some on Facebook, some on the YouTubes. I only wanted these things to be a half hour. Hey, Paul, how you doing? It is a nice shirt, isn't it? My Defiant Munitions shirt. I had to change out. I had a different shirt on earlier. It's covered in fucking sawdust because I'm remodeling my kitchen. Oh, no. Not fucking Tim with his fucking Tavor. In fact, I've been at classes where, I take a bunch of pictures at class. And then I give the pictures to the guys in class. And if you bring a Tavor, I tell people, I'm not taking a picture of you. So until you pick up somebody else's gun, you don't get a hero shot. Because, well, I ain't taking pictures of Tavor. I'm such a angry little dwarf. What's a good knife to put on a plate carrier around the shoulder area? I don't have a knife on my plate carrier anywhere, so I couldn't tell you. Hey, look, there's trying to be some sales of an X95 right here in the chat. So I have a small buck fixed blade attached to my holster on my gun belt, and that's my fixed blade on for if I'm carrying a plate carrier. I had a fixed blade on my chest rig, and it was like the Fairburn Sykes like fucking stabby dagger, and the sheath sucked so bad that I ended up taking it off, and I just need someone to make me a better sheath for it. I have never actually physically touched a Shivworks push dagger Adam, although it might be pretty cool. I imagine it's cool. I got a clinch pick on, have had one on every day for the last month, and it's fucking awesome. So I'm sure the push dagger is too, but if I've physically been in the presence of one, I don't remember it. And I know I've never touched it. So it might be cool. I don't know. My K-bar, I don't know if I have any pictures of it or not. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's Instagram photo. I'll throw a pistol in that holster and put on something cool. And it's got the little buck knife. But that buck knife that I got is it a buck knife? Is it a buck? It might be a K-bar. It's tiny though. Either way, it's little. What do you want to do with the knife, John? I like stab people in the neck. Is that what we're doing? Isn't that what they're for? I have to admit, like, my Ratworks folder probably gets the most use, and it opens Amazon packages. In fact, I just opened a box of magazines right before I came up here. Ooh, did that show up in your guys's too? I guess not. So on my chat, it congratulated me because there are 100 messages on the restream chat. I wonder if any of them are mine. Like from the links I put up. I don't know. Either way, I hit my whole list. We talked about stuff. It's 9 o'clock. 8:56. I only wanted to be on here for half an hour. I know I got a late start, but it's just we're still over a half hour. I work in my kitchen all day, so I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed and stuff. I need a nap. I'm cranky. Oh, Colt, you got the same magazines I did. So I ordered the last of the Flat Dark Earth magazines. They're actually MCT, Medium Coyote Tan, or Marine Corps Tan. And they, I thought I ordered the last of them, and apparently they didn't have as many in stock as they thought. So they sent me a text and asked if black was cool for the last 3 instead of being tan. I said, yeah, it's fine. So then they threw in an extra magazine for the fact that I didn't get the color that I wanted, even though the fucking magazines are like half price. So I ended up getting like mags at half price and a freebie, and they all showed up today with a pile of stickers and shit. Yeah, the MGT Tactical Megiddo, I don't know how you pronounce it. They were running Gen 3 windowed PMags for $10 a pop. And that was just an across the board sale that they were having. And then the guy that runs that place, Mike, he is one of my alumni, and he was in my alumni Facebook group and said, if anybody in this group orders 5 or more magazines, I'll knock $5 off. And if you order 10 or more magazines, I'll knock $10 off. So it was, like $10, well, actually $9 for a magazine, for a Gen 3 windowed PMag, and then an extra one on top if they ran out of the colors. Woohoo! I beat Colt to the brown ones by that much. But I know Mr. Foreskin does not do the Facebooks, which means he's not in the alumni group, which means he doesn't see all the awesome deals that get shared there. Yeah, the stickers were awesome. Like there's some good stickers in there. I got like a big stack of the I Survived Camp COVID. I'll hand them out to a few folks. See if my wife wants one, or my son wants one for his laptop or something for at school. But anywho, it's 9. I'm cranky. You are great. We're down to like 4 people. So I'm going to go home. And you're going to go home. But I will see you all next Wednesday. It'll be short. I have a video to film tomorrow. It's different. Probably something you haven't seen from me before. And hopefully it'll be out before the evening is up. So you all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go have a wonderful evening. And I'll see y'all in a week.